Armor here, and I just wanted to make a quick video on my new Stamsorc build. As a lot of you guys know, I haven't played ESO in a bit over half a year, but I'm back full time now on ESO as New World completely dropped the ball on me. So we're back after half a year, and this is what I put together. I played for the first time last night, some 1vX out in Cyrodiil. The build felt really good, so I just wanted to share that with you guys today. So let's go ahead and dive right in here, see what we're using. Back bar, we're using Black Rose Perfected Daggers with the weapon spell damage increase enchant, and I think this is called Prismatic Onslaught. I'm going to do some magic damage and restore some health, magicka, and stamina for you. Now, both of these are infused, and the reason because of that, instead of like defending or power, is Quick Cloak here when you're on your back bar, or on your back bar, when you're on your front bar will actually proc those enchantments, and infuse will give them more value. So any enchantments, use up with dual wield and quick cloak will proc on your front bar. It's a great way to add some recovery, some more damage like weapon spell damage or shock damage. It's just a little trick of the game that not a lot of people know about, but this does provide a pretty good significant amount of extra damage or sustain on your front bar, as quick cloak is proccing all the time as it lasts for 30 seconds. Anyways, these do give you 6% more damage, and they do give you 6% more defense for 2 seconds every time that Quick Cloak is going to proc. And the reason we went with daggers is because that's going to increase our crit chance. So when we're on our back bar and we're dark dealing, we're just looking to get as many crit dark deals as possible. And on this build, my dark deals are critting for about 8 to 10k, so it feels really good to get that quick, as close as you can get to a burst heal on a Stamsorc as possible. Anyways, front bar, we're going with a charged flame Maul of Mechanical Acuity. I've tested this thoroughly, even with Lordy. I told him about this, and he tested it and confirmed also that this is just more damage than like a sharpened shock glyph on your front bar. So the charged flame puts out consistent pressure with that flame damage. And that combined with like your hurricane and quick cloak and the flame damage ticking, it does put out a little bit of pressure on your opponents. So with that being said, this build is completely based around burst. So mechanical acuity being your best burst damage set compared to like Clever Alchemist or Essence Thief and Stoons, but Lord, for example, mechanical acuity is going to get you the most burst off of your abilities as possible. Um, so let's take a look at the enchants on my jewelry. As you can see, here's my 5-piece set too. Is going to be Ethereal Ascension. But anyways, just weapon damage with 1 swift to get that movement speed to help you land your dizzy swings. Both infused, and Ethereal Ascension, again being the 5th piece here, we're going to go with Light Sash to get that, have medium, light, and heavy armors to get that passive from, I believe, what is it? Yeah, you're on Dante passive here to just make sure you get that 6% more health, stam, magicka. And the light armor also does add more crit chance as well. You could go medium here. I might consider doing that since I am using mechanical acuity. I used to run 1-piece slime craw here, but we went with magma for the line of magicka stamina recovery. Gaze of Sith this here. 4,000 armor, 3,200 health. It does take your block mitigation to 0, so you can't block at all with Gaze of Sithis, but that's okay because we are a Stamsorc. We're very mobile, very fast. We're dodging a lot, just line of sighting. But again, with Sithis being said, looking at Ethereal Ascension is going to add a ton of resistance to your build. The 5th piece is going to add 7,377 armor, but this is going to increase your block, sprint, dodge, and break free by 20%. Now block is already, it doesn't matter because we're using Gaze of Sithis, so now we're just down to sprint, dodge, and break free. So to mitigate that, we went with, I believe I have 4 well fitted here. That's going to reduce our the cost of roll, dodge, and sprint by 6% each. So that completely negates the negative effects of Ethereal Ascension. We did go with 3 reinforced on our heavy pieces here, and let's go ahead and buff up here and just show you these resists that we have on Stamsorc here. So let's get our major resolve going. We'll get our minor resolve going. And we'll take a look here on our front bar. We are at 39,000 spell resist and 38,354 physical resist. We have those resists, and keep in mind that we also have Black Rose Prison back bar. So when you're on top of your opponent and dizzy swinging away on them, every time that spectral cloak is ticking, that is also increasing your damage done and your damage taken. So we have another 6% damage mitigation with BRP daggers back bar. Let's just take a quick look here. We have 20 into health, 44 into stamina. We are using the Shadow Mundus on a Khajiit to get max value out of our mechanical acuity and also get those big crit heals that are just desperately needed on Stamsorc. Vampire Stage 3 at all times. I've played without it. I hate it. Vampire Stage 3 is just unbelievably busted in my opinion. It's so strong. Smoke Bear Haunch for our recovery. Let's take a look at our CP here. Now, my CP I haven't finalized just yet. I usually go with this at all times, get 10% more healing on all of our healing abilities. That's Crit Surge, that's our Vigor, that's our Dark Deals, and whatever else there might be that I'm getting. I did add the Cleansing Revival to get that cleanse because I was using Mara's Bomb before the Mara's Bomb nerf, over half a year ago when I was playing the game. And we do have Exploiter here because we're setting people off balance. Dizzy Swing, 10% more damage, which is huge there, going in with your Mechanical Acuity for max burst. And I did slot Resilience here. I'm not sure if I actually need that, having almost 40k resist. I would 100% love to toss in Fighting Finesse here or Deadly Aim, but I think I'll go with Fighting Finesse tonight and test that out. But I'm not sure how much I need this, as I don't have any M-Pen pieces on anymore, and no Rallying Cry. And then looking over at our red tree here, just went with Survival Instincts, Pain's Refuge, Celerity for the movement speed, and Sustained by Suffering, which I could maybe drop this. My Sustain feels pretty damn good with Magma on now, and the Prismatic Onslaught on my uh, dagger on my back bar that procs when I'm on my front bar when I'm in my fight. So I don't feel like Sustain's an issue. I could drop this maybe for, I don't know, I could maybe run more armor to put our armor over 40,000, but that wouldn't be very wise. But I'll take a look at that. Slippery is always great too to help mitigate some of that break free that we're the break free costs that we're taking with Ethereal Ascension. So that's what we're testing for now. It feels really good. Like last night, I was just rolling through a bunch of huge groups, taking almost no damage, and then when I was getting my mechanical acuity to proc, I was able to stay in the fight, stay aggro on my target with all of these resists. I wasn't forced to kite and to get out of the fight, so it allows me to stay on my target and try to complete my burst combo. Tonight I'm going to be trying Crystal Frag here. I was using, what's it called? The other morph of it, Crystal Weapon. I was using that instead. Crystal Weapon felt great. I had no problem with it at all. I love that I'm able to load it up. I can drop a curse on my the enemy that I'm fighting, load up a crystal weapon and go in with double dizzy, which is going to proc that crystal weapon twice. Haunting Curse is going to go off in that time frame into a Dawnbreaker execute, and if I can pull all that off in the mechanical acuity window with Hurricane ticking, Quick Cloak ticking, the Charged Maul proccing fire damage on the opponent, it's a lot of damage in a very short window. It's about as high as burst as you can have in the game, because again, I think one of the best ways to kill players in this very tanky meta is you just have to hit them with everything you got very fast. There are some really strong dot builds out there that can wear opponents down, but when you're 1vxing, you want to kill them as fast as possible. So by having a huge burst of mechanical acuity being a Khajiit, which is 12% more crit damage and 12% more crit healing, having the Shadow Mundus, which is like 12% more crit damage and healing, I believe. Let's take a quick look here. 11%. So with that mechanical acuity up and hitting, your crystal weapon, your dizzy swings, your haunting curses going off. The dizzy swing is going to CC them into a Dawnbreaker execute. You're just combining about as much damage as possible in a very short window. And also, of course, the pressure of Hurricane ticking with Quick Cloak ticking and the charged um, fire on the maul ticking. So it felt great. I'm running around on a Stamsorc last night and damn near 40,000 resists and one-shotting uh, a lot of people. It felt really, really good. So we'll keep testing it, and if there's any updates that I see or feel out, I'll obviously update this video and let you guys know. But this is what we are doing, and it is feeling good. And it feels good to be back on ESO after half a year. There's nothing quite like Cyrodiil. So I appreciate you guys stopping by, checking out the video. Put it together, check it out. It's just great being so tanky out there in Cyrodiil, and it's kind of being able to do whatever you want, whenever you want, and as long as you're not getting zerged by 20 plus people, you can really take these 1v3s, 1v4s, 1v5 fights with this build because, again, the resists are just through the roof. Ethereal Ascension and Sithis is just cracked defense and damage mitigation, and again, using the best burst stat set in the game, Mechanical Acuity, and just pushing it over the top with Khajiit Shadow Mundus. So, thanks again, guys. I hope to see you out there in Cyrodiil or Battlegrounds, wherever it may be. If you haven't, go ahead and smash that subscribe button. It's completely free. I appreciate it. I'm trying to build up my YouTube channel. It was something I was working on in New World just a few weeks before I left New World, but we are back on ESO full time. Love you guys. I'll see you guys on Twitch. Peace.